Hello and welcome to the first video of my channel. As you may be able to tell from this vast array of command blocks, that's what this channel is going to be about. It's going to be about playing around with command blocks and making fun stuff. And in this video, what the fun thing we've made is, well, I'll give you a little preview. It has to do with raycasting, and raycasting is a difficult concept to tackle because a lot of the versions you use of it have to do with functions, and this one does it all without any functions. And it might seem like a lot of commands, but this tower here is actually the same command repeated, and these are all pretty easy to execute and type in yourself. So yeah, let's start the video. So what we're actually going to be doing is raycasting, and that is probably not the best thing to start with, but it's something that I wanted to show you guys because until I recently watched a video, I thought at least that it was something you could only do with functions. I had an idea that used armor stands and pushing them out in a ray in the direction you're facing. And I thought that was my original idea, but as it turns out, someone else has already had that idea in another video. I'll link them in the description, but this was originally my idea, and like when I came up with it, I think. Anyway, let's get on with actually building it. So what we're gonna want to do first is we're gonna want to actually wait. Do we have no slimes? Okay, good. I hate slimes. What we're gonna want to do is give ourselves a command block. Alright, we'll do a repeating one since we will not be using impulse. And if you give yourself an impulse one or a chain one, easy to change right here. Anyway, so what we're going to want to do first is we're going to execute unless there is an entity that is an armor stand or that is tagged that's tagged dummy. Dummy. Alright. And we're gonna summon an armor stand whose tag is dummy. Alright, so now, as long as there isn't one, it will summon one. Well, let's turn off the game roll command block output. Let's turn that to false. There we go. That's our first command, real easy. Alright, so now we're going to do a second one. So that's going to be executing at me. We're going to run summon. No, actually, this is not a summon. This is a teleport. We're going to teleport the one we just barely summoned 90 blocks in front of us. And the number 90 can be actually anything else. Sorry, I almost just made a huge mistake. TP at E tag equals dummy. And 90 is actually not a number that you can change that number if you want. But I like to use 90 because it's not too far, and it's not outside my render distance. I could probably make it actually higher. I think 120 might even be good. Wow, I can go even 120. Let's see how far we can push it. Oh, looks like it's constantly summoning one. Almost constantly. Looks like 200 is about the limit. Maybe like 170. Yeah, we're good. It'll be constantly summoning one when we're looking down into the void because it's constantly killing it. That is fine. I think it's not too much of a problem. But make sure whatever it is, whatever this number is, it's inside your render distance. Mine, by the way, is 16. So there's that. So now we have this. We have our target. Now we actually want right-click detection right now. So we're going to need to set up a scoreboard. And that scoreboard we'll call raycast. And you can name it whatever you want. And in fact, the dummy tag you can also name whatever you want. What a scoreboard does is it actually stores data. It stores, like, there's all sorts of criterion. Look, there are so many, and this is just blocks breaking, and any block counts for this. But what we're going to be using is using a carrot on a stick. That's not what I meant to do. I've used Minecraft.carrot on a stick. And the reason we're using that is because when you use a carrot on a stick, and let's set this to display, overboard objectives, set display, sidebar, raycast. So when you use a carrot on a stick, you can just right click and it automatically adds 1. But when you use like a diamond sword or like armor or an axe or whatever, there's you need to like hit with it or right click with it on facing a certain block or hold it for a second. This does nothing except for actually setting up, pushing up the number. I think the reason that it actually uses it as a criterion is because when you're riding a pig, when you right click it speeds it up, which it's nice that we can use this. So now all we have is a right click detector. It doesn't actually do anything with that detection. So what we do is we execute at E scores equals, and our score will be raycast equals 1 or greater. And we need that dot dot, it means 1 or greater. And we already have a score of 6, which is greater than 1, as you know. So we will we'll summon another armor stand, and we will teleport it. Once we have it summoned, we'll teleport it facing the first one that we already summoned, and it'll teleport it constantly in a line. Oops, and my keyboard is waking out. Alright. It'll teleport it in a line constantly towards it until it hits a block, in which case it will stop, and you will be able to use that position to summon like lightning or something. Alright, so that tag will be dummy2. And again, you can make that tag whatever you want. Alright, we can make that. No, we will not make that always active. Do not make that always active. Alright, so now we'll just slash scoreboard objectives not objectives. Players reset con raycast. And then always active conditional chain. This, if it's conditional and it's chain, it will only activate if this one activates successfully. So now we can activate this one. There we go, it summoned one. Oh, by the way, this is tripping out the other armor stand. That is just an animation. It's actually technically always on my cursor. So don't worry about that animation there. Alright, so now we want it to actually do something. So we'll make it so that slash execute as at E tag equals dummy2 at S, and what at S does is it uses the current entity, the one that's actually running the command, and since I did as, the armor stand is now running the command. At S, we will run TP at S, we're using at S again. We will do this, 1 forward in the direction it's facing. These carrots, did I already explain them? I will explain them again just in case. These carrots actually use relative position based on where your player is facing. So this is 1 forward based on where your player is facing. So now we will have it constantly going, and it will be facing the armor stand we have in the distance at E tag equals dummy, and we'll limit it at 1 so that it doesn't get confused. Well, so that the game allows it to run. And oh wait, we forgot something here. Well, I did. Alright, there we go. So now you can see that it's very slowly making its way over. And there's actually a modification we need to make before we make it go faster, but if the block it's in is air. So this makes it so it stops if it's not in air. There you go. And let's also make it unless there's an entity that is a distance of, let's say, we don't want it too close. Sorry, we don't want it too far, but we also don't want it to accidentally skip it because it's going too fast. We'll do 1, and if that's too fast, we'll knock it down. And if it's fine, then we might even try going a little lower. And it has to be a specific type as well. Type equals, because it cannot be the armor stand or the player, because then it'll stop no matter what, because it's always next to itself. And this exclamation point actually helps us decide that. So player type equals armor stand. There's also items and item frames and stuff like that that you might want to avoid as well, but you don't have to. If this is just a silly super flat world, you probably won't even come across them. Go ahead and do that anyway. So yeah, it's slow now. We can fix that like so. We just stack them all on. And this seems like a juvenile solution, and at first glance it might seem that we can just go like this, but that is actually that is actually not going to work very well, because then it might skip blocks, and the block it skips might be the one that we want it to hit. So that is not good. We'll just stack this tower tall. Everyone makes it faster. Oh, it stopped because it detected the block I was standing on, which is why you should probably make it 1 higher. Might even want it to be 2. Well, there you go. It is so far working fine. Make it a little bit faster. There you go. Works nearly perfectly. Now we just need to actually do something when it's in a block. E tag equals dummy 2. If the block it's in, unless the block it's in is air, then we'll run summon lightning. And we could do anything there. We could do TNT, we could do a set block command. It's really quite optional for what you do. Alright. So we'll do that. Not always after. It's weird that that's kind of weird. Anyway. We'll do this as a conditional chain. It's always active. Slash, keyboard's acting up. Oh wait, no it's not. It's just not selected. Kill at E tag equals dummy 2. Alright. Since it's a chain, it'll only work after this one does. There you go. And it doesn't quite work on entities, does it? I'm not sure. I think it might get stuck on entities. Let's summon Iron Golem, so it's a large target. Oh, went right past him. It goes right past him. That's probably not good. Let's see. Let's fix that. Oh goodness, that means we have to break all these. I'll see if I can actually fix that in the next video, and if I can, I'll let you guys know. For now, it works fine as just a block. And like I said, the animation of the armor stand flying around is nothing but an animation. So now we can just make them invisible. And we'll make the other one invisible over here. Does this one doesn't exist for any reason. Like me. What? Alright, and 1. Whoops. Alright. There we go. Easy as pie. Why isn't that? Oh. There is actually something we need to do. So if we just send it in that direction, then it won't hit any blocks, it'll only hit its armor stand. that it's going towards, and so that way it'll only summon thunder once it hits an actual block. So we can just if entity at e distance equals 0.2 tag equals dummy. Alright, and then we'll do this one. Huh, it's weird. That's not working. Oh, because it's constantly being killed. Because this is unconditional, because when you middle click with an NBT, it still doesn't keep its conditional. Wow, and it's far enough away you can't even see the lightning. I'd say that's plenty far away, 170 blocks. Well, anyway, that's all for now. Next video, I'll actually show you how to, there's another raycasting concept that I've used. It's a constant one. I'll show you how to make this one next video. And I'll also tell you if I found the solution. Thanks for watching this one, though. Leave a like and subscribe if you want. Leave a dislike if you want. Leave an angry comment about how I did something wrong if you want. There's all those buttons there for a reason.